Welcome back, Maris here. Another video about Odyssey, Assassin's Creed, and in this video I will explain you everything you need to know about items, what to pick, and give you 5 tips regarding items that you can apply in your gameplay, and just if you are already playing or you will be playing. So I will not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the video. Will be everything that you can see here. Gameplay is still laggy for me. So yeah, about items, you have 8 items that you can choose. 5 armor, 3 weapons, and all them work together and summarize everything on below: health, hunter damage, warrior damage, assassin's damage, and armor. But there are extra stats like toxin damage, what else? Damage to beasts, and another kind of stats that are not highlighted here. So those you need to pick up individually and just check when you pick up the item. That's separate note. But main thing about items, there are when you choose an item, any kind of item, you need to pay attention to 3 things, and all 3 things together. You can't just dismiss one of them, and those things are: one, in order basically of how important it is rarity, how rare the item is. Second is level gap, not level particular but level gaps. I will explain those in a moment. And third is bonuses themselves. As I've explained, there are major, let's say, bonuses that just boost damage, but there are some trickier stats, like the same critical rating that is nowhere found, but it's somewhere in the background. So all 3 stats taking on in account, let me explain why each and every of those stats are important. For that, let's start with rarity. As we started, I need to jump right into it. So I'll jump in here, and yeah, rarity is quite simple. Currently I have sold all the common items. Common items are without color, just purely as that, ignore them. They are not worth it. They have only 1 bonus, and that's not what you're looking for. And starting from the rare items, they have 2 bonuses. We are not counting in one that you can get by engraving, because all the items can be engraved, so we can just dismiss this point. So 2 bonuses by default, rare items. Then epic give you 3 extra, not extra, but 3 bonuses. And legendaries, yeah, the legendaries, then things get trickier. Currently I have the 3rd bonus enabled because I have full set of snakes set. If any of those items are missing, or I change and wear something else, the 3rd point is absent, that for all the items, and basically legendary is as bad as rare items. That would be from the first look, but that's clear. That's everything. Everyone knows how the sets work. You have to wear 5 out of 5 items, then they work. But that's not it. Let me explain you why. And then, yeah, for that reason I need to explain second thing. That's a level gap. Level gaps work simple. You have the bonus, as you can see. This item is from the 2nd level gap. Gaps are all 10 levels, from 1st to 10th, from 11th to 20th, and so forth. As you can see, you can measure and recognize that quite simply. If you look at the secondary bonus, I have 2 points highlighted out of 5, and that's the reason, because it's 19th level item. That's one thing. I will quickly give you an example. I have 19, so that's 2nd level gap item. It has 2 two points highlighted as explained, and then we have 2 items higher, which basically crosses the gap, and that's in the third gap. And as you can see, doesn't matter what this secondary bonus is, the scale, they are scaling up simply. They are highlighting, like this item has 3 out of 5, so that's, you can easily calculate, like if the item were 1 level lower, I would have only 2 crit chance, and if the item was 10 levels higher, it would give me 4 crit chance, and top maximum is up to 50, I believe. From what I've seen, everything scales and goes up to 50 level, then it goes full stats. So that's about level gap and how they interact with those bonuses, like how much you get. But the same, so this is getting a little bit tricky, but trust me, it's important. Again, back to why rarity is important is also influenced how big this stat will be, like what is the rating of the set. Let's take a look at legendary item. I have 21st level. It gives me first bonus. Just, it doesn't matter which kind of bonus it is, it will give me 11%. Then we have the same item level, exact same, and the first, and it gives me only 10. And we can look at the same item level gap. It goes even further down to only 9% of damage. So the thing is simple. You have this bonuses for the items, but how much this bonus gives you is dependent on both things. What is the gap and what is the rarity? So obviously you're simple enough, you're aiming for highest level gap and highest rarity. And the third point I mentioned is the bonus itself. I'll quickly, let's take a look at the wastes. I'll give you good and bad examples, for example. So the items, yeah, legendary armor sets, yeah, just a point here. In my opinion, that's purely my opinion, I haven't found any legendary item that is not part of some kind of set. And to get the third option enabled, you need all the items together, which, yes, until you have all the items from the set, and that set bonus is really cool, I would say that epic items with 3 stats already working from the beginning, I think they are better than legendary non-complete sets. For example, this damage dealt restored health would be amazing, this Amazon set, but until I have it working, I have item that is giving me only two stats, two bonuses. So yeah, that's just an example. And let's take a look. Let's take a look at this, or even better, at this assassin's damage. 11 damage and giving adrenaline on assassination kill, which is all cool, all nice, highest level item, highest rarity, everything is worth, like 2 out of 3 points I mentioned to you works. Awesome, best item ever. Let's wear it. Let's wear it. And someone might think like, yeah, all good, move on. No, let me show you why you are wrong. Let's take, for example, this item. It has 4 levels lower, but the same level gap, which is important. Yeah, just a note. In the same level gap, higher level item, if it's armor, it will have more armor. As you can see, it's lower level, so I will lose 73 armor. And if it's weapon, it gives you more damage, like DPS. But the stats, the bonuses they provide stay in that gap, and from the rarity they depend. So sorry, it is confusing because all 3 stats, all 3 points that I'm trying to give you are working in parallel. Rarity influences bonuses. Bonuses are influenced by level gaps, and level gaps are also influenced by rarity. So they all work together. So, and yeah, let's get back to my point. I have rare waste, so it's 2 tiers worse. This rarity, it is 2 item levels lower, but look at the stats. Currently we are wearing 11 percentage assassination damage. This gives only 9, as we just explained why this damage is this bonus is not that high rating. But there's another bonus which is important. What kind of a bonus you will have? This is +3 all damage. So you can calculate, easy as that. 9 plus 3, yeah, it gives me 12 in total assassination damage. That's why you, in below the numbers, you can see that yes, I will lose some armor, which I totally don't pay attention to armor. That's the least important stat. But assassination damage goes up, warrior damage goes up, hunter's damage goes up. Yes, we don't have this adrenaline boost or whatsoever. So that is for me, for my playstyle. Which is more important? To lose a little bit armor or to gain damage for all the important stats? All doesn't matter actually from this point of view what kind of playstyle I'm playing. All the damage goes up with worst item. Worst, okay. Anyhow, you got the point. So in my situation, yes, and this is currently my assassination set. As you can see, basically all the items I'm wearing give me assassination boost. So at this level, it's pretty nice. You can kill anyone, everyone. So that's about it. Let me show you some good example of item. Those bonuses are randomly given to you, and yeah, it's basically luck if you have some good items. Let me show you this. Here I have something. I have legendary weapon. For the weapons, it is a bit easier in one sense. When you have legendary items, the 3rd point will be given already. There are no sets, at least so far I haven't found sets for weapons, so weapon legendary is already coming with 3 bonuses. Similarly, well, exact same as epic, but the thing is, the 3rd point is usually something nice. For example, not switch against screens, I have a dagger that gives me plus 20 damage from behind. So basically all the assassinations will be plus 20 damage. It's amazingly good. Or your Spartan kick is 20% better. So those let's call them golden bonuses are awesome. And for weapons, you don't have to wait for some sets or something. Their legendary items, if the bonus is good, is really good. But we are not here about legendaries, because currently you see I have bow that gives me hunter's damage, which is, I don't know, it's not a hunting game. If you are playing with, I just played and I maxed out all my items and got all the skills in hunters. It's not that fun, trust me. It's not. So in this case, I'm just wearing to show you all the legendary items I have. Yay! But we are here for this item, this reflex bow beauty. You see, primary stat, which is always the highest, 10 assassination damage, then 6% hunter damage and warrior damage. If you look at the below, even if in the same level gap, and this one is higher rarity, so hunter's damage is higher. Yeah, this DPS I think is higher. That's why Hunter's damage still will be increased. Anyhow, the point is this weapon, this arm, and I don't have it engraved even. It's the best. It doesn't matter if it will be silent kill or I will go in guns blazing, which, yeah, guns. I mean, weapons blazing. It supports both playstyles, which is amazing, which is great. You don't have to switch. You don't have to find something particular. There are other choices as well, like Hunter, like damage with overpower abilities, which I don't have, and yeah, I will not. For example, yeah, this actually would be this. I'll pick this. Simple as that. I'll pick this awesome weapon. Reason for this is simple. As you can see, I lose 1% assassination damage. Hunter's damage, as I just explained, I don't care about that. But here is 3% critical chance. Despite the fact we don't see how much critical chance I have, this critical chance applies to all damages. Also warrior, also hunter. Which now begs to differ. And I'd say it will be better. This will be the best. I will leave it and play with this because I'm playing assassin style, as you can see. So yeah, that's just summary about the stats. What you need to know is pay attention the bonus it gives. If it suits your playstyle, look at how rare the weapon is, because the higher rarity it is, the higher this stat will be. And the third is the level gap, because you can find lower level items, for example. Yeah, you can see the green bonuses for warrior damage. Lower level gap items with higher rarity and better bonuses. So all those three things need to be working together in some biases to give you highest boost for your playstyle. Okay, I think that covers most of the parts. Yeah, one extra. Oh yeah, that will be bonus. Okay, let's get to the fun part. Down in the description, if you haven't checked, there's always, I try to most of the times give you timestamps so you can switch to the points. This video comes to the point where I give you 5 tips for items, and just simple. If you start from the beginning, you can apply them. Tip number 1: store your not needed items on your ship. So if you have at the point in story where you have your ship, on the ship there's a little box right behind the wheel. When you're standing and steering the ship, behind there's a box. I would suggest to drop probably legendary items only there, but the item that you are not currently using, but you don't want to sell or dismantle, because that's, I would, for me personally, I love to collect those awesome items that afterwards, at the end of the game, as we just discussed, you can level them up. Extra bonus tip: when you level up those items, those bonuses scale up. So for example, if you had first level gap stat, some low stat, if you level up it on 50 level, all those ratings go up. They will, yeah. So at the end, you can use your first acquired item that was low level. When upgrading, it will be high level and as good as any other that level item. So yeah, store the item on the ships, which you don't need. Second, again, let's include 2 tips from my playstyle. Casually running around and clearing camps and everything. Assassination damage is an assassination playstyle, is my playstyle, where you can clear out on hard difficulty, not the nightmare, but on hard. You can basically one hit everyone with your fancy assassination skills, all the enemies. But when it comes to the storylines, there are some battles and something where you know there will be no silent assassination, which means warrior damage is what counts in, because nothing of assassination will be happening. That's on the battles. That's when fighting legendary beasts, when you have a captains or some high health bar enemies. You need to check and see how what kind of battle you will have, which leads to the bonus point. My suggestion to you will be always take with you 2 sets of items. If you have such universal weapon as this one, okay, that's basically works in both sets. But for me, I also have all the awesome stats and level gap and bonuses and rarities for warrior damage and for assassination damage. And when you have those items and you loot a lot like me, afterwards it will be a bit tricky for you to find which of your weapon was that one, or so you don't spend your time managing around. So the main tip I'm trying to give you is engrave those items. I'll show you how it works. I haven't done it yet. I just realized that tip is amazing, and before on the video, as you can see, you will have extra mark. So from all your weapons, you will easily find your, for example, when you need to switch from assassination gear to warrior's gear, you open up your hoods and you see only 2 items engraved. One is one you are wearing, and the other one is that you want to switch to. So the tip is, get your 2 sets engraved, and then whenever you loot and you have a lot of items in your inventory, you will not lose them. You will easily find them and you can switch between them. And I will do the same right after the video. Amazing. That actually goes together with my next point. Well, they work together. Is use 2 sets. That's. I just already gave you the bonus, because there will be fights where none of the assassinations happening. So know what you are doing. Know where you are going. Know before your battle, and that's easy. Before you enter a camp or something, just stay in the bush, shoot up your inventory screen and click blah 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 and switch an assassination, and trust me, it's worth it. If I'm switching out my assassination damage, which you can see 27,000, great number. If I'm switching to my warrior damage, it drops down to, I believe, 18th. It's more than third I'm losing. And when I'm switching on my warrior's damage gear, I cannot kill. I can just total basic enemies kill with one shot with my assassination skill. Anything beyond the brutes and anything, I will just tackle them. So it is important. So that's my bonus advice to you. Bonus tip number 3 was get your 2 sets and get them engraved. And tip number 3 is use passive boost. And by passive, I will quickly give you an example. How does that work? For example, at some point when you unlock your ability to get 2 weapons, they are giving you this passive bonus despite the fact you are not fighting with it. For example, if this dagger gives me warrior damage, it automatically when I'm switching the weapon, it automatically already shows what the damage it will be. If in the fight I'm using this legendary sword, this bonus is still active. And in my playstyle, for example, I play with the daggers, and I'm rarely using bow and rarely switching to other sword, because this is my main weapon. But I use those 2 items as support, as they give me those bonuses, like this assassination damage and 3+ crit chance. It's not only 3+ crit chance with this weapon, it's overall. I would expect it, nothing less, because the assassin damage changes right away. It changes the number. So the tip is, use that use those passive bonuses for your advantage, for your set, for yours. Don't think just, yeah, I'm using the dagger only, so I don't care what's here. You really care what's here. In my example, I'm not fighting animals at the moment, and I don't have tamed any beasts, so, and I'm not using hunter damage, so this is totally pointless. Let me quickly switch. If I'm giving you advice, I should stick to it. And for example, that would be my choice. So in my case, as you can see, assassination damage went up, obviously, and when I will switch to this item, I will have extra damage with the same sword, and adrenaline per hit and Spartan kick is just stronger. So yeah, enough of that. Fifth point for having for the item bonuses is, as I mentioned previously, actually, if you paid attention, you can engrave those golden actually I will show you in a moment. Those golden bonuses you can engrave if you unlock them. Unlocking them, yeah, it will be laggy a little bit. This is where you can check what my unlocked engraved bonuses, and here are way more, and you can read out what you need to do to unlock those. But you can engrave, when you have unlocked them, my Spartan kick and attack from behind. It's actually 40 damage, my apologies. I mentioned it's only 20, but it's 40. So I'll show you quickly how it goes. As you can see, sorry for the lag, ignore that. We are only here to see this point. So as you can see, my daggers, I have already attacking from behind, and I can have another one. So 2 golden bonuses for legendary items. And currently there's nothing I would love to take, so I will leave it open, but just as a bonus tip, don't think otherwise. Yeah, you can and should engrave, if it's part of your set of your currently daily used items, engrave some awesome golden bonuses if you don't have them. As I checked, most of them are unlocked by particular storyline or side quest completion. But when you complete the side quest or something, there's always showing up like new engrave unlocked, and that's how it works. That's how the items work. Thank you again, a bit long video, but it is important to take all the points in account when you pick your set. Pick 2 sets, engrave them, everything else store on your ship, know which set when to use, set up passive boost, and get 2 golden engraves on your awesome items, and get those enemies down, boy. Okay, enough of this. This is, I hope someone will find it useful, helpful. Yeah, just if you are wondering how you can, in the previous screen you saw all the list of engraves. If you mouse over on them, it will show you what you need to do to have it leveled up. For example, there's some awesome thing I noticed that boosts all the damage. It would be nice to have, but it's pretty hard to obtain high level, because you need to grind basically up those those engrave bonuses. But yeah, we'll see. I'm still quite at the beginning in the game, and yeah, I hope the video helped you in any way. Thank you for watching. Your Russian guy is still here. He hasn't died yet. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope to get my new PC soon, so I'll show you the videos and everything about the game without any lag, and let's hope for it. Yeah, that's it for the moment, guys. Stay tuned and we will meet in next videos.